Alright, if you guys are new to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification icon so you know when I'm uploading and streaming. We are going to be playing some Fallout 76. Got to remember which one is my single player character and which one's my, well, I think my multiplayer one's higher level, higher multiplayer one. What is a boy? I'm not new to play Fallout 4. Mostly because of the most likely there's mods that need to be updated, so there we go. Yay! Just see your where freebie is there? Search for something free. Don't know what. Oh. Hey Andy, there's a lot of free shit right now. Alright. Characters. Bob. You're level 29. I think that's the character we're using right now. That's my off-camera character. So it's either Jeff or Jane. That's our multiplayer character, so it has to be. Guess it's Jeff. Alright. I gotta put up my world, my building again. Don't even know what the hell we were doing with this character. So Bob's the character I was playing with him. With the air ones, I was playing with my air buddy. Anthrax is a highly infectious and deadly disease caused by inhaling or touching bacteria. I'm bored basically with that for 5, so I'm like, not the story mode, the multiplayer, if you guys are wondering. Ran too many cheats. It's my... Oh, my house is still here. Alright. I'm just gonna close that. Don't need to repair structures.
Holiday. Initiating.
Crafting.
Happy.
Alright, we got that. We got that. We got that. Okay. Wrong button. Data. Orange hair should tune to my point. Listen.
Broadcasting to the people of Vault 76. This is the overseer. We need to talk.
Everyone appears to have died.
I've missed all of you, but this isn't just about reunions.
We're gonna do this public side.
To catastrophic levels. Rebooting. Complete.
We're gonna keep doing this, which
question mark at the bottom.
Ooh. Can I purify water? Yeah, take that. Alright. Wrong one. Alright, let's go and get inside real quick. Weapons, okay. I have no food to drink.
Today, we're going to acknowledge a 35-year secret relationship that was
I'm gonna so take all these because it's perfect time to put it into that storage thing. Make sure everything's scrapped. Thought so. Alright.
But I must say, they hit their tracks pretty well. Everybody who worked here went with a great sync for these guys. They were the audio visual consultants. But there was other mysterious kind of guys, you know. Every time you talk to them, they were
Right.
But it's really funny that
located. This world has become a desolate nightmare. Happy holidays.
Alright. I suppose I should see if I can craft any food.
Yes.
That's it. Alright, where do we need to go?
Well, I mean, it technically is
There.
a cannot turn off PvP damage while you're there.
Get the overseers first thing before newcomer done with, I suppose.
What I didn't realize
Yes.
was that they were intended to continue to be the legislative branch of the federal government. It wasn't just a matter of a place for them to sleep and eat so that they could stay alive.
Alright.
They were moving down the whole institution.
Right, yeah.
And just as part of this larger continuity of government program.
Take that. What's this? Bag. Did I say chlorine? I got our shit on me, don't I? Okay.
Chloe's my pet. Or maybe I'm hers. I'm not sure.
Overseer's Log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's nobody here. The old tavern, the church. People were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Reputation was expected. There's something else.
You know, I had thoughts I wanted to share.
I was attacked by
Sentient to don't call mine. Or last days before they wanted. There's still dynamite there. It might be kind of handy. I know you're with the volunteer program, so if you're called, Maria.
Anger, torture. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot.
Yeah.
Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are and how to secure them. The responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
So, you know that you logged off of Omni last night and you went to bed, right?
Nothing in the duffel bag. I take that. What's that? Nope. I think that's it. Alright, yep, alright.
Yeah, as soon as you turn off, pretty much, as soon as you turn off the mic, it disappeared. I know.
Component view, make sure we have everything.
If I would have said something to you, you wouldn't have done it.
Take search. Ooh, I'll just say. Alright.
Look. Yeah.
Hi. Dasa asked me if I would talk about how I got here. She asked everybody, so I said okay. My name's Colonel, and I'm 13 years old. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Moms, messed up people. The cows with 2 heads, all of it. I was bad. Just bad. I cheated on my spelling test. I kicked Chip Wilkins in the shins until he cried. I pushed Rosie McCloy down the stairs. I cut holes in the bottom of all the gym shorts and put glue potatoes in the cafeteria. I told Harold Newell to eat 10 dead flies a day in order to grow muscles, and put Nuka-Cola in the rat cage water bottles at the pet store. And, I just wanted to say I'm sorry about everything. Because my dad said if I wasn't this way, the bad things wouldn't happen. I haven't seen Patty since the bombs.
Heavy leather,
I
got enough for
because
that.
of too. It's okay. I'm trying to be good now, though.
That'd be nice.
I'm not old enough to be a volunteer, but Dawson said I could help collect food and water, so
You can have that.
I'm getting better. I promise. And, Daddy, if you're listening, I promise I won't be bad anymore, so you can come back now. Okay.
Oh, that's versus.
Volunteer. If you need supplies, Bob.
360. Alright, Bob, we're going to come back to you. Let's see here.
Jamie had 2 daughters. One of whom was an official in the State Department. The other was
Register as a volunteer.
the amount of effort that was required to move Jamie's other daughter back to the United States when they had to send the special U.S. Customs Service jet to Bonaire to fly her back to Washington, even though the airspace of America was closed, that those parts of condominium
Just outside of Flatwood Taverns, the parking lot, we found Gilbert Lee's cooking lessons every day, free to all survivors. Come get fed, learn how to cook in the old-fashioned way. Okie dokie.
Welcome back, dear listeners. It's time once again to put aside all you think you know, all you believe to be true. Time to open your...
May 29th, 2020, as protests erupted in Washington, D.C. after the death of George Floyd. Demonstrators closed in on the White House gates. The Secret Service decides to rush President Trump down into the White House.
Damn it.
Donald Trump being rushed into the White House is that he was being protected against some sort of war. It was the anger of the American people themselves. Later, Trump denies he was hiding in the bomb. When I went down during the day, There was a story that was quickly by the president's own attorney. Things were so bad that the Secret Service recommended the president down the bomb with the evacuation.
Help! Someone please help me! Please let me out!
Captures that
Please!
the gates of the White House.
Please! I'm begging you! Don't leave me here!
The first lady
Please!
and their son Barry.
Please!
Itself
I'll give you anything you want!
developed
Money?
after 9/11.
Yeah! You want cash? My life's savings! I'll tell you where it is!
Oh, it's no way.
Go to the graveyard behind the church! The rightmost grave! Stand on it! Walk directly across the river! Halfway up the hill! There's a small clearing. My savings are in an old stump. A little bit off the right, I swear! Please, please, please! Don't leave me here, please! I'm begging you, please!
Alright, so we're still overweight. But, according to this guy,
We call it the Great War now. It's not been long. Things have been rough. Welcome to Survivor Stories. I'm Dasa Ben. I'm a responder. I've been working with the responders for a couple of years now. I'm from Charleston.
rightmost one.
To join up. What wasn't easy was work. Rebuilding
Across the river.
while survivors flock to us regularly from all over. So many have come and gone. Their stories untold. Their names lost to time.
I remember at the stumps over.
Took down those supervisors. Once they're dealt with, you'll have to reboot the server. Again.
Uh-huh. Where's the stump at? I know it's around here somewhere. Ah. Where the fuck is this stump? It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is.
Reminder to myself. The responders are good people. They're trying their damn best, for sure. Things aren't good. And stuff is getting worse. Anyway, this is a reminder to myself. A reminder that this gun is my insurance. Things get real bad and the food runs out or water runs dry. I get to decide how I leave this goddamn world. I'm not gonna let myself suffer. I'm not gonna die hungry. Not long.
Tactical double barrel shotgun. Oh, that can be broke down. I don't know why the fuck I have that.
Yeah.
Alright, first things first, we're going to go cook up some food. I got more shit that I got stored than I thought I had to store. So we're going to go take care of that issue. Got that just so we have the replacement wood. Alright. Then all you need to do is mag steak. Where's that? Oh, you're being a real pain in the ass, aren't you?
And how wide the chasm is between the powerful and the rest of us. For over 70 years, our leaders have told us one thing for the bright lights. The protection of the lives and property of your families is the responsibility of all public officials. And it is my first duty as president to protect the American people. We have a civility history. But America's shadow government has spent trillions of dollars on secret plans to serve one purpose. The shit really is the thing. For decades, the government has invested trillions of dollars in a secret plan to save itself.
Alright.
Where are my pencils? No, really. I'm here for their safety.
Keep the shovel.
Gentlemen, I wish I had better news for you. We are facing a small, that most of us have feared.
12 years before Puerto Rico was leveled by Hurricane Maria, a massive storm barrels toward the Gulf Coast.
The warnings get more and more dire. And people in New Orleans are
Attempt to acquire a
essentially doing the normal
tree as revealed reason. All trees contain highly dangerous levels of radiation. Mankind is
Has no weight.
on this
The elemental sulfur at the very bottom piece of bricks that
this levee system wasn't ready.
Sort by weight.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers started building a levee system to protect New Orleans in 1965. It was supposed to be finished by 1980, but it was nowhere near there's no Category 3 hurricane Katrina that descended on the Crescent City. Waters began.
Alright. What's this? Armor?
Katrina was predictable, it was preventable, we could have mitigated the damage, we could have rebuilt quicker, and Homeland Security is a term that emerged
Leather.
we saw how insecure
Alright.
The U.S. government had other priorities, the so-called global war on terror. First, invading Afghanistan, then Iraq, just 2 years before Katrina makes landfall.
we had spent billions of dollars in countless lives and overseas operations at the expense of
What do we need for deep pocket? Armor rank 1. Alright. Alright. That's a material.
All American government stood by and watched.
Alright.
President Bush, returning to D.C. on vacation, earns his right to watch the unfolding crisis 2,500 feet above. It is a cataclysmic failure on every level. Nowhere is the devastation greater than in the largely African-American lower ninth.
Tune receiver. Hardened receiver is the best. Alright.
Evaluation complete. Launching at level. Exceed all projections.
I think that's the best stock.
World become
Suppressor, Negan Smith 3. Okay. I don't think I can do anything with you.
I got to Katrina as a reporter 3 days after the storm. I had been in Iraq 3 weeks before. It was disturbing how familiar the scene was of this destroyed infrastructure, civilian population in need, and there being no government to meet that human need.
And I don't think I can do anything with you. I even have... I have no ammo for that, so yeah, store. Alright. Flatwoods.
And that to me kind of symbolized also the federal government can have its own priorities, and they're not human priorities.
Well, it's a nice weapon, like OP for my character's current level. Because I think it does like what, 100 points of damage or some shit like that.
The crisis in New Orleans was presented as if this was a crisis of security in terms of law and order, violence, and that the appropriate response was militarized policing.
Many of the jail facilities flooded. Makeshift holding facilities built to the city's bus terminal. People call it Camp Greyhound. Over 1,200 residents are rounded up.
Let's go register.
Basic rights
Let's volunteer.
Many are never charged for the crime. Most are African American.
You see, the overreaction to people of color getting water.
Alright.
White people getting water. White people are doing it to live, and black people are livers. We see America's prejudices.
Optional search for her locations. Oh.
So at one point, people are trying to walk out
Keisha.
crossing the Danbury Bridge, and police on the other side
Alright.
are trying to turn them back.
Incident of police violence. New Orleans police officers in a commandeered budget rental truck unleash a storm of gunfire into an entirely black crowd.
And let's put that on just for shits and giggles.
Mentally disabled man shot.
Alright.
It was almost as if it was to send a message, that people should not get out of line, people should be afraid.
she is.
DASA has asked us all to document our stories
Tits
for
over there.
posterity. Seems like a fine idea. So, hi, I am Kesha McDermott. When the bombs fell, I was in Watoga, coordinating a statewide science fair for that year's high school kids. And the theme was the future of energy. After the bombs, everything was pretty chaotic. Scavenging for food, fighting rabid survivors. Just a bad time all around. I found a couple of surviving kids from the high school whose parents didn't make it. And we holed up in a house in town for a while. After a bit, I was able to solder the circuitry in an old radio, and we tuned in to a broadcast from the responders. Oh, we were overjoyed. The trip from Watoga to Flatwoods, it was rough, mind you. The kids and I ran into a group of assholes in the mountains who stole our food and water. I can't tell you how happy I was to find the responders in Flatwoods. Tents for everyone, open kitchens, medical supplies, protection. We were safe. They had a problem, though. Their water sources were contaminated heavily. People boiling water, but not long enough to make it safe. So, I stepped up and I said, I'll build a testing kit to monitor the contamination, and I will teach folks how to properly boil water. And I did. The world is getting better, but slowly. We need to make sure it doesn't relapse too. It's going to take time and care, that's all. Well, time, care, and science.
You didn't actually say you were like, no, you just put sour on.
Responder DASA gave me some supplies in exchange for my survivor story. Hi, my name is Scott Shepard. Things are going all right. I was a nurse before the war, and I guess nothing much has changed. I just work for the responders now. I don't get paid. The government is basically the same now as it was years ago. Wrecked, disorganized, cannot be trusted. Everyone knows this. You want to know why the war actually happened? Aliens. You think I'm joking? Listen, right before everything went to hell, I saw them. I was grilling hamburgers out in the yard with my dog, and I heard rustling from the bushes, and a zapping noise. Next thing I know, I'm lightheaded, and I felt myself falling to the ground. I didn't even have a lot to drink. I woke up, and I saw some little thing running in the bushes with my dog following it. I knew something was wrong. I found my dog later with a clump of green skin in his mouth. Green, like moss or something. The bombs fell almost 10 days later. 9 days, 19 hours. That's 235 hours precisely. You know what that is, right? That's right. The atomic number of the fissile isotope of uranium. They had a plan from the very beginning. Why would they come after me first? Scott Shepard, the nurse. Well, good question. Glad you asked. They have our blood. They knew which ones of us would survive. This is one big experiment to them. This whole thing was staged. Our lives, our thoughts, everything was designed for us, just like this conversation. Every word I'm saying. Planned. Time to wake up, Appalachia. Find the ones holding the strings and cut the cords.
Wildfires rage in Northern California. The Federal Emergency Management Agency.
I got the shovel just in case I need to dig something out. Oh, I can scrap that. Store the ranger outfit, I guess.
During Hurricane Katrina, FEMA's bad reputation was imperiled. Van Bush appointed to run FEMA as a Republican insider and expert in Arabian racehorses with no experience in disaster planning.
FEMA and the government should have came in here the very next morning when all this shit happened.
Making FEMA an easy target.
The man running FEMA, he's an asshole.
Recommended that after hours you don't walk around with your jacket on.
First of all, FEMA is the agency that's responsible for emergency response, but it's also the agency.
Alright, I think we're good. I don't need no plastic.
COG is a set of elaborate plans to ensure that no matter what happens, the U.S. government will leave in its institutions.
Take some silver though.
Enemy transformers carrying nuclear weapons can sweep over a variety of routes and drop bombs on any important target in the United States.
Tonight, we bring you the final chapter of Who Goes There? A Strange Encounter in Flatwoods. In the last episode, Pioneer Scout Fred Fisher met a curious girl named Sally while hiding in the dark. But, as it turned out, they weren't alone.
There are other people here? Yeah, they probably just went to get more food. They'll be back soon enough. You can wait with me, and they'll give you food too. You just have to do what they want. What do you mean? When they want to play games with you. Games? What kind of games? I'm still learning the rules. Mostly, they're kind of boring, and only hurt when you use the needles.
Needles?
Yeah, you know, like at the doctor.
This doesn't sound like any game I know. It sounds downright awful, and these people sound really bad. We have to get out of here.
No, stay put! Stay put! Stay put! Stay put!
Okay, stop screaming!
Ah!
Right, sounds right.
That's where they come in to bring food when it's time to play.
Sally, what's that helmet thing you're wearing? It looks like it's screwed into your head.
Pick clock.
Sally, what's wrong? Why are you acting like that? See them now. They aren't human at all. No! Stop! Let me go!
6,
I don't want to play! I don't want to play any games! No!
Fred Fisher was found days later, wandering by the river outside Flatwoods. He was disoriented, but unharmed, save for 2 small wounds on each temple. To this day, Fred is convinced his strange encounter was real, and even continues to search high and low for a missing girl named Sally, whom he swears he met. So I leave it to you to decide, dear listeners. Was this simply the wild imagination of a frightened boy lost in the woods? Or was Fred Fisher in fact abducted by brainwashing aliens from outer
Standing
space?
down now. Damn it.
Be sure to tune in next week for another thrilling chapter of
Sit.
Tales from the West Virginia Hills.
Alright.
Heroes in American democracy, seen as part of a communist plot, as a threat to national security.
Okay, now we gotta go get some more dirty water and get some wood.
For special, not just surveillance, but infiltrate and disrupt efforts of
Alright, got the wood.
The FBI begins a massive covert counterintelligence operation known as COINTEL. It comes out of the Cold War surveillance state born out of controlling the general population. Agents sent Martin Luther King Jr. a letter urging him to commit suicide. They infiltrate the Black Panthers and turn them against each other by spreading false rumors. Others are shot by police.
Sheesh.
Sounds crazy when you say these things, but all the stuff is not in public
Alright.
record, right? There is thousands of pages of documents. You don't get more substantiated than that. The covert efforts to contain and control then fail. Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated in April 1968. Riots break out.
Alright, self-serve kiosk.
America, black people are treated very much as colonized people because we're used to brutalize and keep our community occupy our area, our community as a foreign occupied territory.
For a government focused on its own survival at any cost, the enemy is now inside the house. The vast apparatus of a system supposedly there to protect all its citizens was turned against some of them. Those under attack began to fight back.
Okay.
In the face of a perceived homegrown rebellion, the Pentagon draws up Operation Garden Plot, a detailed blueprint for how the U.S. military would deploy simultaneously to 25 American cities to put down racial unrest. Drills are held, but for now, Operation Garden Plot is mobilized.
Alright, whatever.
By the 1970s, the civil rights movement is neutralized through infiltration, arrest, and assassination. But a new perceived threat to national security emerges.
Alright.
Nicaragua, 1979. The U.S.-backed dictators toppled in Central America by leftist rebels. By the time Ronald Reagan takes office in
Oh, got a
1981,
chemistry workbench. That's nice.
El Salvador is nearer to Texas than Texas is to Massachusetts. Nicaragua is just as close to Miami as San Antonio, San Diego,
Talking to
and
this?
Tucson. And those cities are below.
Yeah, am I loud enough?
Only last week, an
Okay.
official of the Soviet Union reiterated
Hi.
Brezhnev's threat.
What do you want me to say exactly?
In this hemisphere. 5 minutes with the United States.
Hollywood helped spread Reagan's fear of a red
Yeah, so just talk about how you got here and maybe a little bit about your life. This is a historic document. Go ahead, Tabitha. Okay, so, well, thanks. Okay.
It's America's anti-communist allies that begin
I've been
committing
sober
atrocities against their own people.
9 days. I got here 9 days ago. My name is Tabitha,
Many Americans began to question
and
trust
this is my story.
hard-line regimes in Central America.
I just found out about everything. The war, the bombs, I just realized this was really happening.
Alright. Dude that we gotta look for is
For years, I thought the chems
here.
were playing tricks with my mind,
As a
hurting my brain.
movement gathers steam deep in the basement of the White
Worst
House,
trip ever.
the lone national security advisor is drawing up an exercise to game out how
Every time I had come out of the haze, long enough to look for food, I were chems, and they kept going. And I kept seeing madness. I would have been wandering around fighting giant rats and eating garbage if not for the responders.
Okay.
They're good folks. That doc in the church got me some meds that are helping out a lot. And they have group therapy meetings. It's really good. Listen,
Take that.
you should avoid the mountains. They'll just get you doing things you don't want to do. I spent too long there. I couldn't. Oh, it's okay, Tabitha. Remember what we said in the group? Take your Dictol and rest, and things will be okay soon. It's okay. We're here for you. Yeah. When I feel better, getting out of this place, getting away from the chems, all of this. I feel better every day, but years of chems, years of rads, years of sleeping in the mother. Get out there.
Starting it all off with the never-ending first course. Well, that's what exactly. Never-ending constable. It's back.
Okay. Thanks for sharing your story, Tabitha. Get some sleep. You'll be okay. You're safe now.
You already have that? Nope.
Need responded. Thank you for your service, volunteer.
Alright, so let me show that. Oh, that sucks. Alright, 414. Pocket limbs is going to cost.
With smart and a little luck, you'll do just fine out there.
Alright, where do we need to go? Morgantown. Charleston. Morgan. Is this Morgantown?
Los Angeles residents take to the streets to protest the beating of Rodney King. The equivalent of the LAPD officers.
Morgantown.
The city erupts in flames.
Oh, there it is. Investigate Morgantown Airport. So, and we are.
I will use whatever force is necessary.
Alright. So you're the closest thing that we can take to get there, okay. First things first though, go back to camp, drop off anything.
That there are scary, frowning black people want to take your kids,
Food.
take your job, and have this terrible. What better way you. And then the madder and more upset they get, the more evidence you have that, look what's happening.
No, I'm not overcome anymore. Alright.
Whereas the government once again focuses on maintaining the overlook of growing movement of white, self-proclaimed.
I'm gonna take a pause break. Alright, we're gonna check this out. Really, I'm overcome it again. Food, drink. Jesus.
What if there were a terrorist attack, like the Oklahoma City bombing, but it was in Washington, and it took out the White House?
Gather now, faithful followers of the most wise and beneficent of all men. Let us light his holy beacon with the radiance of the firefly. Let our beacon pierce the darkness and summon forth his divine presence, that we may commune with him and partake of his wisdom.
Rather, it was a pretense by the government to mobilize against them.
The Oklahoma City bombing was immediately subject to conspiracy theories. Patriot movements viewed it as a false flag attack that had been perpetrated to make
I was right, the fireflies are the mate with the crazy that was able to gather enough to light the lamp. Great, Mothman will come.
There were congressional hearings after the Oklahoma City bombing where members of a Michigan militia were questioned by
See if there's any other goodies hiding around here.
bombing had been undertaken by the CIA
Oh,
or that
wait.
McVeigh had ties with the Japanese government. It's also where Alex Jones got his start by claiming
Kill fireflies and rat toads to collect the bioemissions liquid.
Find a single person who said they heard only one explosion. It's all part of a growing movement on the right, questioning elite control of society.
Create new team.
And we're just average, ordinary, everyday folks just battling for our freedom and keeping our constitution.
Which is the bottom line, we're not to the difference between freedom and slavery.
Those FBI guys over there, all over, they all know April 19th. Where?
Where?
Yeah, I know.
A lot of these people are very real, but they're doing it in really cracked and hateful ways that exacerbate the problem. There's a general sense of growing insecurity in part due to rising inequality, and so instead of fixing their sights on elites who are ripping them off, they attack other victims of the same process, right? People of color, immigrants.
President Barack surge in right-wing militia activity. Numbers grow from 149 in 2008
This is fun. Not really.
holding large public rallies, many purchasing arsenals of high-powered weaponry. This member of the Virginia
Yo, Delta, just let them pile up here, then area can all the biofluid. And take all the biofluid and put it up in the top.
Okay, what you said, bud? Where's my headset? Okay, dokie.
Stand for what's right, and we will win this fight.
Man, the server's a little laggy. Oh my god.
They all appear to share the belief that the big government is the enemy, and the Michigan governor's COVID-19 policies are part of a larger plan to strip away their rights.
Oh, there's one.
The irony is that deeply afraid of big foreign harassment at Thanksgiving camps, but they don't seem to have a ton of historical awareness of who these tools of oppression have actually been used against.
There's a face and an image and a perspective that we associate with what is dangerous in this country. And that's what gets people killed.
Really?
City custom cashback. The different custom parts are automatically adapted. Earns 5% cashback for your non-eligible spending. Up to $500 at each billing cycle. Now, visit city.com/customcash.
Well, I'm a little over halfway. Come on. Can't wait till I get the backpack. Where do we deposit this shit? Oh, up in the lamp.
In the lighthouse, bro.
Once you have Morgantown Airport unlocked, do the quest for the old guy.
Right here in front of me.
It's all over.
I see, I gotta do that quest. Investigate the Morgantown thing.
Wait guys, can you guys back up so I can take a picture really quick? I want to take a picture of the Mothman.
Oh, there's a Mothman? Come on.
Love it. Perfect pose.
Come on. Get down there. Let's see Mothman.
I say, if you just want to jump off, we'll pick you up.
Alright, photo mode.
Just press start and press Y.
Pose. How do you do a self thing again?
Just press start and press Y.
Oh, there we go. Come on, come on. Alright, got the picture. Now, how close are we to Morgan Freeway? Not that close.
Because I can take you there.
I got like a shitload of shit on me right now. Eat some of that.
Yo, Delta, follow me.
Have fun, guys.
You can throw down a camp right here if you want.
Yeah, that's what I was doing for him. I was gonna bring it down here.
Shit, he left before I get my picture.
Can I put my camp right here? No? What the fuck?
Federal agents, including some of FEMA's parent department, Homeland Security, monitoring activists, even snatching off the streets. It's nothing new.
Singles happen for decades.
Ah, there we go.
Either civil unrest or they'll get
I got it up for your shooter if you need it.
Make it. Alright. Storage scrap.
Just wish I had a camp with a workbench.
2018, the FBI implemented a program.
Nothing but armor, apparel. You can store that. Store that. Store that. It's too much food.
Hey shooter, random question. You probably don't have it. Do you have a spare the backpack mod for the bigger backpack? Not the big backpack, but the increased capacity.
You should be able to craft it.
No, like there's a normal backpack that you can get the mod through the Boy Scout stamps.
I do not. I haven't done that quest yet.
Alright. I'm good to go. Who can get me to Morgantown Airport?
I have a bunch of extra 50 cal ammo if you want that though.
Yes, yes please. Yo, send me an invite. I'll just fast travel over there for you. Just look at me and you can just look at me and invite the party.
Port security, border security, cybersecurity, protects Americans, and the one
Okay, why isn't it's not working? There we go. You're down here. Come to you, shooter. Very, very much appreciated, man.
Bro.
And you said you need Morgantown Airport?
Yep.
Right, Delta?
I'm just not going to do the long hike. Okay, Morgantown free. There he is. Fast travel.
Associate with what is dangerous in this country, and it's imbued within essentially my mouth, and that is what gets people killed.
Alright, thank you. Alright. Head over here so I can get into the airport building. Ow. Oh, that's the score speeds. Fuck that shit. I'm in. There it is.
You good from here, my man?
Yep, I got it. Okay. Alright. No goodies. I think we got all the goodies.
Yeah, I'm more like that guy from that Games game, so saving money is
Okay, it's find anything that's what we're carrying. Bears. As long as you can afford regrouping rifles, rifle.
people might say that they feel more confident that they're being protected.
Fellas, fall back to command.
Or their lives as a whole more secure.
Something in here? Nope.
And the answer to that is likely no. Because security is it's what's health. It's economic well-being. It's public safety.
Take that.
In how people view their own security. View security only into military might, spending around $1 trillion a year to shield. The reality is that even using this narrow interpretation of what it means to be safe, the government is losing the battle. National security is basically about keeping the American people safe.
What's that? Oh, take that.
America's national security is critical right now at any time in our lifetime.
Take that. Where's the legendary?
For over 70 years, our leaders have told us one thing. Property of Americans is the responsibility of our public adventure. But America's shadow government has spent trillions of dollars on secret plans to serve war crimes. And the shit really hits the fan. We're on our own. And while we are dying in increasingly senseless ways,
No sniffing that one there.
military machine never goes without.
If I'm right, yeah, we go this way.
October 2017, Northwest Africa. American Special Forces are on patrol deep in the Niger Desert. They were on the run patrol, trying to find local affiliates of ISIS near the Mali border when they were ambushed. The ambush was captured by a camera mounted on one of the soldiers' helmets.
Where's this radio?
I think of the worst case scenario. When you go through training and Fort Benning as an infantry.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you good?
By the time helicopters were able to come in to rescue them, it was too late.
I think that's it. Alright. Hit this.
We always say, leave no man behind. That video is American troops. We have drones and satellite eyes in space. How do we let American troops get abandoned? And it's the epitome of how little. They're perfect. What the hell are we supposed to do in these areas in the first place? And if they've been asked whether it's the right thing to do. This is what
Alright, I think we got everything. Alright.
Yeah. Remember when you were offline, not even on the phone, you were still talking to me?
Here we go down here.
it really is a beautiful is outright armed with very little knowledge back in the United States.
Alright.
In 2017, America was planning a mission to Mars. The early phases of the space race were being developed, and American sons were being slaughtered in Nigeria by $50 AK-47s.
Take the key, thank you.
Prioritized weapon systems.
Be quiet, you don't know we're in here. Are we all that left? I think so. What do we do? You'll leave eventually, right? We could be in here for days. What the option do we have? We're screwed no matter what. Distract them long enough for you to escape. Just give it some time. I'm doing this. Be ready. Please know. Ooh, take that. You notice you have plenty of glue. Anything else in here? No? Alright. Get the fuck out of here, you little statue thing. Use the key card. Oh, that was already tripped.
And almost 800,000 full-time civilians. The Department of Defense is the largest employer in the world.
Alright, is there anything worth getting around here? That.
The United States spends more on defense than the combined total of the next
No free meds or anything? Well, that kind of sucks. Squander's corpse. Definitely, or anyone else finds this, I'm happy to know that someone made it out. But I think if it's the end of the line for us, Tanner and Johnson are doing so great, and I'm not far behind. It's hard for me to come to grips that those things need to be our friends. Alright. Scrap all junk.
And the world could really have gone in a different direction.
Alright. So I'll take this light from where the light source is. Alright. Go back here.
It's been a few hours. I can hear them clawing at the door. I locked myself in a storage room.
Overseer's log, Morgantown. I used to love coming here on weekends, taking flight lessons. Now it feels like I walked through a nightmare. Scorched things everywhere. I kept quiet. I managed to observe them for a bit.
This old body's had just
Whatever this disease is, it seems to completely take over its host. The ones that used to be human, eventually they go rigid, like some kind of stasis. And if they stay like that for too long, they sort of turn up from the inside out. Serious in reverse.
Bring any weapons you can.
And the war on terror becomes a new justification for the same old process, which is shuttling vast amounts of money.
My name is Maria Chavez,
towards the spy agencies.
and I am about to die. Scorched, have overrun our defense.
Can't say I would have guessed some movement over there in West Virginia.
If you find this, please listen carefully. We were called the responders. After the bombs fell, we tried to help people.
Chavez out. This message will
Hey everyone, this is Derek. Making my final report on the events at Harper's Ferry. Hopefully this reaches you all safely. Whatever happened here, it was big. The whole area is devastating. Many of our people survived. I can't find a trace of them. I talked to some of the locals.
There's some.
Creatures came from the sky and laid waste to the town. Some of the ones who got hurt in the attack were transformed or something. They apparently turned into monsters and attacked anyone they could reach. Ronnie says he and his people are gonna seal themselves up in their bunkers and try to figure out a way to fight these creatures. In other words, we won't be getting any more help from these Free States guys. Maria, I was hoping you could get in touch with Ella. See if maybe she can lean on Riley a little. Get him to see that this isn't the way. Yes, me. I think it's damn selfish of them to turn their backs on the rest of us. People who need their help to survive. There's nothing else I can do here. Guess we can scratch Harper's Ferry off the map. I'll be heading back soon. I want to check in on some of the farms along the way. Should be about a week.
Because we start asking Americans to sacrifice their well-being in the face of fundamental. Who is that? And why does it keep changing? Why are we still fighting?
The national emergency that was declared after 9/11 is still in place almost 20 years later and is being used for purposes that have nothing to do with 9/11.
Alright, now we go over here.
George Bush fell for it, and we're still being bled out today. Osama bin Laden is long gone, but his objectives have been accomplished. His objectives continue to be furthered because we're still bleeding our blood.
One world
Every single day. It's what brings down empires, and it's what could bring down America if we're not vigilant.
There's not much time. Chavez out. This message will
Alright, messages.
Military bases. Is that there for security? Well, you have to ask the question. Do they render the United States more secure? I think you can see some reasons why those military bases might actually be
right away. Bring any weapons you can. The Scorched are coming, and there's a lot of them. Please hurry. There's not much time. Chavez out. This message will reach.
Better talk to this.
Well. It must be pretty good to have gotten past all those mutants out there. Come to pay your respects to the fallen.
I'm here, but I can't get much response for you. Not to suffer.
Name's Dontrell. I got a brother around here. Came to check on him. In the end, none of us can escape. Pretty sure. Gotta figure it's the radiation. It's just as well. Anyway, guess you listen to me ramble on. For we brought nothing into this world. We can take nothing out of it. believe that's 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7. The good book has brought me comfort these past few years. Maybe I can give you something that'll do the same. This is supposed to help with radiation. Mark, 5 years younger than me. He followed me into back then. I do miss him. I know it's a ruin. It's better than in the short and of course. But I guess call me a super. There used to be cop. This was it. It was a lady. I ain't been. Time's all I got left. I don't mind sharing it.
Oh yeah. Is it a pair? There we go. Alright. Wrong button. Where do we need to go from here? Do that after we go here, because we gotta drop some more shit off at the camp. Yay!
They don't attack us even because they hate our president. They attack us because they think we're wrong and that they're right. They view themselves as freedom fighters against people who are imposing their will over their sacred land and their sacred space.
It's almost time for coffee.
As part of the ongoing war on terror, the U.S. government has put American
Right.
troops in harm's way across the globe.
Get inside my house that first others. So what's it say?
We rarely talk about places like Syria or Somalia, where there are regularly American troops in danger, where our assets are being utilized.
Can I get some more?
Started out as the war on terror.
Gathering present.
Alright, hold on.
Loading here. Unpacking Holly Jolly.
Keep that, I guess. Blue smoke grenade, spray grenade. Take that. And that, so I got some explosives. Take that, scrap it. Take that.
U.S. Special Operations Forces
Report is unit attempted to decorate local fauna with a Rudolph failure case feature of that
What are you shooting at? Here, modify.
The government's decision to deploy troops is often only revealed by tragedy.
When American troops died in Niger, most Americans didn't know we had American troops in Niger.
Wow, steering those screws.
And the degree to which many of the operations that are happening are so secretive that even the American people are not aware of the is that we're fighting. That's clearly a shocking state of affairs.
has been programmed with the task of pushing all Rudolph
Americans constantly everywhere around the globe. The sun never sets on our military operations because we have people in so many places around the world.
To our government's ability to wage war anywhere in the world at any time is a vast global network of military bases.
So the United States has fought the global war on terrorism with military bases.
Yeah, scrap that.
missiles that the United States maintains, we're talking about a number roughly at 750. So all the other countries in the
What
world
else do we have that can
40, and the United States is 750.
food?
Some bases are so large they resemble mini cities. Outposts get developed to the point where
Everyone
they're
has
still right on the line to call them If Star Wars ever done, Star Trek fans
dropping to catastrophic levels. Rebooting.
This network of overseas U.S. military bases dates back to the early days of the Cold War, when the United States was locked in a struggle for global supremacy with the Soviet Union. In 1962, the Cold War
Those don't have weight.
ended Armageddon. The
Do
Soviet
we have any
nuclear
more?
missiles were discovered in Cuba.
I don't think the world has ever come closer to nuclear war than it did in the Cuban Missile Crisis. The President of the United States had said he was going to go to war to get the Soviet nuclear missiles out of Cuba.
But the installation of Soviet missiles on the
You
island
are
was
not
only half the story.
satisfied with your gift. This unit is not authorized to make exchanges. Please contact your closest customer service help workshop for further inquiries.
The U.S. moved nuclear missiles into Turkey a year earlier, allowing America to destroy major Russian cities in minutes.
That, from Moscow's perspective, was the provocation and the reason that the Soviets retaliated by putting their missiles in Cuba.
Yes, you know what?
As the American people prepared for nuclear war in 1962,
So
they never knew the truth.
Describe
The
items,
government's
weapons.
decision to place nukes in Turkey
Keep that, keep that,
Call the Cuban Missile Crisis.
keep that.
Well, call it
This
the Turkish
unit
Missile
is
Crisis.
special in deploying the following morale
And while 60 years later, these bases are seen as crucial in fighting the war on terror.
Ammo.
They have attained, perhaps even encouraged our leaders
Keep that,
to pursue
keep
a
that.
more reckless agenda that risks American lives.
We have to talk about what these military bases do to policy.
So
If you have
we
750
have that. We have some
military
kicks
bases around
that.
the world, military solutions come really easily to hand.
Iran continues to flaunt its hostility toward America and support terror. The Iraqi regime has plotted to develop anthrax and nerve gas and nuclear weapons.
10 mil rounds. 556. Alright.
nature of this exterior. The action should lead to full
States like these and their
is
terrorist
unavailable
allies
at this time.
constitute an axis of evil,
Alright.
arming to threaten the peace of the world. The price of indifference
Data.
would be catastrophic.
The fort was even decided and discovered and carried out the attacks in Central London. Yet the President administration were looking for an opportunity to get within Iraq and exercise regime change from Saddam Hussein.
Gunsmith? Or license plumber?
Scanning for lines, boys and girls. Scanning. Scanning. None could be located.
Max rank.
Work has become a desolate
Armor waste
nightmare.
25% less.
Happy holidays.
In the months leading up to the invasion of Iraq, the Bush administration had argued Saddam Hussein possessed some of the world's most dangerous weapons. Even the nuclear weapons, posing an
7.
existential threat to the United States.
Alright. Where do we need to go? Oh yeah, there's an event I want to do. We are in a pack. Well, the event must be already over with. What's this event?
Was the potential existence of weapons of mass destruction. In fact, the administration knew full well that responding
Yeah, I'll probably call it night recording after doing this.
While the American people were being sold alive,
Ooh, sheep squats.
plans were being made to reshape the balance of power in the region with seemingly little regard for the lives that would be lost.
Iraq was a country that had long been a thorn in the side of the United States.
Uh,
W. Bush's father had led military hostilities against Saddam Hussein after his army
howdy, partner.
the neighboring country.
Howdy, partner.
Hey, come sort through this bag and see if there's anything you want.
In August 1990, and its new country and its vast oil reserves. In response, the United
What
States
bag?
assembled a massive international coalition to drive Iraqi
Oh, I see it. Apparel.
while Saddam's armies decimated.
Weapon?
This bag that's right in front of me now.
In the late 1990s, a small group of powerful Washington insiders rolled a lone think tank.
Alright. Executioner pitchfork. What is that? Take the frag grenades.
Find the next crusade, to find the next big enemy that America can take on and define itself in opposite to. Because of the first Persian Gulf War, you see, America understands that Saddam Hussein is
Get that.
they believe that he is the type of enemy that the American people will accept. This group are constantly lobbying Oakland to fight Iraq, and they keep telling him that this is the next big Get rid of Saddam. Get rid of his lieutenants. And the big question about
Take that just in case I need it.
govern this country, how are you going to rebuild it, was something that was much discussed in Washington in the run-up to the war. But it would come to bedevil us for years to come. And would end up killing thousands of American troops.
But at first, all seemed to be going well for U.S. forces.
Within 3 weeks, U.S. forces were in Baghdad. Saddam Hussein's government had yielded. And in some quarters in Washington, there was a feeling that the mission had been accomplished.
Major combat operations in Iraq have ended. In the Battle of Iraq, the United States,
Hopefully I'm doing this right. I don't know. Let you guys lead it.
Yeah, just walk along behind him and jiggle the cane and make him walk faster.
Oh no, he fell down.
Stationed in one of the city's most dangerous neighborhoods.
We arrived with the body armor, with no adequate vehicles, without water. We didn't have enough water to go
Oh.
Bush administration also claimed they'd be greeted as liberators.
Oh, what the hell?
Hey, hey, don't shoot the cow, man. Don't shoot the cow.
Here, come on. I don't need no damn silo code.
What do those silo codes do?
Let you launch a
You
nuke.
need them to be able to launch a nuke, but each week they post them online. As soon as they're available, you can just keep on looking by typing nuke codes for this week.
Oh.
It's a pretty drawn out to go into the silo and go all the way down into the bottom of it and put in a new key card and stuff.
Oh, wrong one.
Other than explode stuff, what does the nuke do?
Scorch Beast Queen.
Scorch Beast Queen, or there's one where you drop one on the mine and then finish the quest doing that.
Where's the air cow? Way back here.
Let's go, Humphrey.
It also allows you to farm up the ingredients to make special items, like the flora.
Also,
flora.
people sometimes drop a nuke on the White Springs to make everything be pools over there and collect weapons.
Yay! Now I just gotta find me a workbench to scrap all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one. There's chests.
My camp is within running distance.
I can't run.
Someone's launching a nuke. They're doing the Scorched Beast Queen. If everyone wants to drop down to drop flight
Attention,
B9.
citizens. Nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
What else can I scrap?
Jogging on the streets. You can get bacon cheeseburgers and other such things that weren't available, in Iraqi restaurants. You could get a drink.
Well, I didn't know there was going to be a steak out here.
Oh my god, okay.
So while these guys were sleeping in palatial palaces,
Look on the map and see if I can.
there was no insurgency.
Don't see no one's. Oh, there's one right here. Alright. That is in that direction. Ooh, what's this? Whatever I need that for, but take some of that.
Destruction that they had wrought, and they could pursue their silly ideas that Iraq was going to quickly turn into a miniature version of America. People thought we were going to roll into Iraq and make it look like New Jersey. We're dangerously disconnected and out of touch with the reality. Iraq is never going to look like New Jersey. But Iraq is a place that motivated hundreds of thousands of mostly young men to come and fight against us. And kill Americans.
While U.S. soldiers began to feel the brunt of a growing
Hi.
corporations were raking in profits by the billions.
I think I'm heading towards. Oh my god, I've still got ways to go.
I yelled at you and I pushed the chair and you
Private companies made an estimated $140 billion
Come on.
securing contracts in private security, reconstruction, and oil production.
War should be an unpopular. War should be a last resort, and it should be something that we try to end as quickly as possible. It shouldn't be a bonanza for scumbags that come in and get rich, and that's what we saw. We saw scumbags and gangsters come in and get rich off of rock, while we lost our rights and our friends. So that cuts the Asia's part. Rock in Afghanistan. And others get rich. They want the war to go on so they can make more money and buy champagne.
Jesus.
Major American combat operations in Iraq
Go on.
eventually wound down in December 2011. The war cost taxpayers an estimated $2 trillion. But the cost to Americans went way beyond the dollars spent. Approximately 4,500 U.S. service members would be killed in action. Tens of thousands were killed. Some of them were mainly missing limbs.
How close am I to this guy's camp?
Traumatic brain injuries, racked by post-traumatic stress.
They started really good after getting all fucking whales and fucking started
Is that store shit?
Guys like Paul Wolfowitz and Don Rumsfeld said you go to
There it is.
That's right. And then you come home to the VA town. If I went to war,
Now I just gotta find the.
I think there's a free spot to
Nope. Is it up here?
and already we've lost more people to suicide than we've lost on the ground in Iraq and Afghanistan.
78,000 suicides.
All that's changed in the world.
Yeah.
It's still basically the same.
The vacuum left by the removal of Saddam's regime and the end of a major U.S. military presence.
Okay, store thing.
What are you? looking
ISIS, after just about 10 or 11 years of
Guns, torrents.
by the U.S. invasion of Iraq, and ISIS is a real threat to regional stability.
The fight against ISIS has claimed tens of thousands more Iraqi lives, with millions losing their homes and way of life. But it has done something else. Kept the business on that shit.
Where the hell are you? What?
This has been produced by
It's gotta be on here somewhere.
the attempt to make the world safe with U.S. military means, but it produces insecurity, and then that insecurity justifies more of the same military interventions.
Our government has spent trillions
It's probably in here that you gotta go to get to the storage.
across the globe. And has it really made us safer?
And then once you guys are out, I can take the back. We've disproportionately allocated our
Alright,
resources.
where's the storage?
Really our attention. And so, for years, preparing for a global
Got chairs, we got that cryo bed.
other resources, not just in terms of money and equipment, but in terms of time and thinking of senior policy.
Dude, seriously?
February 29th, 2020.
Where the fuck is your storage? Right here, maybe?
COVID-19 is reported in the United States. Unfortunately, one person passed away overnight. On the very same day, over 7,000 miles away, the U.S. government signs a peace deal with the Taliban, highlighting the grim reality. Since American troops were first sent to Afghanistan in 2001, that war has raged on, while problems that threaten the lives of Americans back home have been ignored.
So, February 2020, there was supposedly a peace agreement signed. But there's been no peace.
That's the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one that has.
The Afghans for 19 years, and there's no peace in the region.
What? That'll do. Let's see here. Can use that to higher levels. I can use that, but I got the.
Kill or capture the top leadership of Al Qaeda, specifically Osama bin Laden.
And Afghanistan has become the place that Osama bin Laden hoped it would become. The place that would suck in the American military, that would suck in our blood and treasure, that would take our eye off the ball. And Afghanistan is in some ways part of the reason why we can't prepare adequately for a pandemic. If we hadn't fought the war in Afghanistan, think about how much better prepared we could have been for the coronavirus.
We don't have very many people like that at all. There's like, what, 5,000 troops? No.
For years, preparing for a global pandemic is something that was shockingly under-resourced, not just in terms of money and equipment, but in terms of the time and thinking of senior policymakers. And it's a sad reflection on this society.
Am I able to fast travel? Nope.
In the history of mankind. And yet the nurses have had to wear garbage bags to protect themselves from patients in hospitals.
The pandemic is hurting America in ways that Osama bin Laden could only dream of. And, in my opinion, is the greatest modern threat to our national security we've ever seen.
But the pandemic isn't the only threat to national security that the ongoing war in Afghanistan has distracted us from.
Alright.
The most significant attack that's been perpetrated against Americans in recent years. It was a cyber attack in 2016. Election interference by the Russians. A concerted campaign of misinformation, of disinformation, targeted at American voters.
We viewed Russia as a regional power, very famously. You know, that's what President Obama called Russia, much chagrin. We thought that Russia is not a threat to us. Russia's military is not a threat to us. Therefore, there's no way that Russia can undermine the United States. And we were too late to recognize this threat.
What else have we got here?
We'll never know conclusively whether those attacks resulted in President Trump's election.
Food.
But it was the most significant attack directed against the United States, and one that we continue to be woefully unprepared to defend.
Just recently, Twitter was hacked by a 17-year-old. We're lucky that we used it to get stolen Bitcoin. And not serve nuclear war.
I think that we've started to realize that not only can our government not take care of us in a way that we expect them to, but they can't even carry out the basic necessities of taking care of our national security.
Now we go back to the safe house.
And those threats are more than just bombs or hijacked airplanes.
Well, if you guys liked what you've seen so far, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification icon so you know when I'm uploading and streaming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.